Hey guys, thanks for joining us this week. So recently we've had a few people asking us about our van, what it looks like on the inside, how we lay it out, do all that sort of stuff. So we thought we would give you a caravan walkthrough. So this is our Great Escape 23-foot off-road custom-built caravan. So we'll take you around the outside, take you around the inside. But yeah.
And then we'll give you a bit of a, like, things we changed, things we love.
Yeah.
Yeah, go from there.
Yeah. Just before we take off around the outside, I just want to note that this, when I say custom built, I mean custom built. So we actually sent plans into Great Escape and they built what we had planned. I mean, it was based off sort of what they already had.
Some vans that they already had, some vans that we've seen others build, things that we liked. And,
So like probably some of you are watching going, oh, I want to get some ideas for the van that we want to build. We did the exact same thing. So we went into Great Escape. I knew exactly what I did not want, and I knew exactly what I did want. So shout out to Jason, Anthony, and Chantel for accommodating everything.
Absolutely.
It has been amazing. And I also do want a disclaimer. We're not sponsored by Great Escape. We have no affiliation with them whatsoever. We just love the van. And after, I mean, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of research. I mean, I did more research on a caravan than I did on any uni assignment ever. we landed on Great Escape.
Yeah.
So we wanted to show you what I think as a high spec level van without the high spec level price tag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Let's go around.
Take you around. Alright, so most people, when they're first building their van, they've got an idea of what amount of solar and battery power and what you want to use it for. So I guess that's probably a good base to start from. On our van, as you'll see in the footage that we're going to put up now, we have 5 solar panels, 5 250 watt solar panels. That adds up to 1250 watts of solar on the roof. We also have 600 amp hours of battery. Now that's not a massive setup, but we find that it's enough for us. It really takes about a week of almost no solar for us to drain our batteries. Being careful with our usage. Some people will go more, some people go less. We've gone with a 12 volt setup. Some people will go 24 volt. I don't mind the 12 volt. I think it's simple in the sense that it's relatively the same as your car and truck and what have you. Whereas I think it complicates it a bit much going 24 volt. I'm going to show you the batteries. So the batteries are in boxes external to the living space. That's a legal requirement nowadays. This is where Great Escape has chosen to put it, and I think it's been fine for us. No problems whatsoever there. So starting here, this is our toolbox. In the toolbox we have our barbecue, gas barbecue. I've got it on bayonet fittings that we have just here. So it means that just pull the barbecue out, plug it in, good to go. We also have our LPG set up in here. So a lot of people these days seem to be going away from LPG. There are pros and cons to each, and each to their own. I like LPG. I think it's easily accessible. We haven't really ran into a problem where we couldn't find it anywhere. And it's generally cheap, and means I'm not using electricity all the time to cook. So I've elected to keep that. I like that it's in a box, sealed box, and it generally keeps pretty clean and away from the elements in there.
You can also lock the box if we need to.
Absolutely. And then on this side, I just have a provision for our generator. We haven't needed it yet, so I haven't even bothered with getting it at this stage. If we do, I have a place.
That's very good.
We actually changed the boss leg out. We had a boss leg on our previous van, and it's just easy to use. It means I can use a drill to put it up and down, rather than having to wind it and skinning your knuckles, which I did so many times with the old Tico ones and what have you. I've also got my Max Truck strapped to the A-frame at the moment, but that's only temporary until I find a place on the truck to put them.
Yeah.
Got an idea, but I've got to do something.
Yeah. Also, if a DO45 hitch.
Yeah.
So, the standard with the button and all that.
Yep.
That most vans come with these days.
I like it. It's, means that with this, it's relatively independent from the truck. As well as we have a shocker hitch on the back of the truck to try and separate it. So towing with a truck, it can be quite harsh on your van. So we've elected to separate them with a shocker hitch and the DO45.
Works well.
All right, first hatch we have here. Nice big hatch. You'll probably notice, first of all, the hatches are quite deep. We have elected to raise our bed, and you'll see that inside, but it means that we've got higher space in here. I thought they were about 430, but I'm not sure. Anyway, in this side, I have our freezer. Now, at the moment, I have this on some AstroTurf, and that way I can just slide it out when needed. But that's only a temporary solution. I'm going to be putting that onto a slider, like we have on the other side. Basically, I run this as an extra freezer because, storage is always the big thing in a caravan. And even with the biggest fridge available and the biggest freezer available, it's still not enough freezer space. So that's an 85 litre freezer, and I can have heaps and heaps of storage in there for whatever else we need. In this hatch, we actually run, boxes of Lego. We put our steps in. But if you want to have a look in here.
This is the brain of the van.
This is the brains. So we've got our inverter. We've got our DC-DC chargers. So right now I have one 20 amp DC-DC charger and I have two solar controllers. What I would probably like to do if I ever did a van again is probably, one, try and add a little bit more solar, and then have a third controller. So I'm thinking about adding that now, but we'll see how things go. The second thing I'd like to do is another DC-DC charger, or a slightly bigger one. The 20 amps coming from the truck just isn't enough. I think we've undersized that. And if you're thinking about doing it for your van, go bigger than 20 amp. When you drive, it depends how long you drive for, but if you're driving for 3 hours, 4 hours, that's 20 amps an hour. Well, you've only put 80 amps back into the van. That's, just a bit over 10%, 12%. Bigger DC-DC. If you're not driving long distances, you'll get more charge in. Anyway, moving on. Gas hot water system. Once again, I'm not going with an electric system completely on our van. That's efficient to run. We turn it on and off when we need it. I'm not using the electrical side of it, which we can do when we're plugged into power, but that's very few and far between. So it just makes sense. It's easy. Our water fill-up points. Now, we don't have any bottom fill-up points. However, I will be rectifying that once we get back over to home for Christmas, and I'll be actually installing a bit of a, what do we call it? A valve system, so I can actually fill it from the bottom. It works fine. Most vans come with that anyway. Here we have our first of 2 vent lines, and with a family of 5, definitely need as much line space as you can. It's really...
Could use another 2.
Could use another 2 sometimes. You could use another 4. This is good.
The metre long ones.
Because these are the 1 metre long ones. We've got one here and one on the other side. Depending on where the sun is, you can chuck it in the sun. But, if you need an extra line space, you can always throw it on that line.
Great.
One of the things about this van in particular is we ended up speccing for as little dead space as possible. So we have a hatch here. This is where it houses our water pump in here, and our water heaters in there. But also, we're taking some young boys on the road. They need their toys, their dress ups, their cars, their Lego. So
this is under our dining seat.
yeah, enough space for all the bits and pieces that they want to take with us. Normal points
Power
for
stuff
plugging in when you're on power and water. Hatches for behind the fridge.
Vents for the fridge.
Yeah, it was just access for working on the fridge and what have you. I've never had to open them or do anything with them,
But
so
they're handy to have.
they're there. Well, someone will need them one day maybe, but not me. Another hatch. Now this one is actually under the bunk, yeah. So behind the drawers don't go all the way back. They can't do that. They couldn't make them go all the way along. Runners are a certain length or whatever. So they said, well, we don't want dead space. Here's a hatch. And in here we have, backpacks and what have you, but we can actually fit. I'll put my arm up to about here. Yeah. So there's space in here to fit whatever. We've got our awning wall, backpacks, lunch boxes, whatever. But there's heaps of space there. No dead space. Our friends that built the van, we met at Great Escape, said to us, oh yeah, you designed this van? There's no dead space. Absolutely none.
I made sure of it.
All right, nice big door here. Custom door. But this houses our washing machine and laundry basket. So you'll see, yep, nice big washing machine in here. Look, this is about 30 litres. We don't wash often, but when we do, we have it here. And then we have our laundry basket here. Now, you'll probably notice there's a bit of a hatch in here.
Which we'll show you when we get inside.
We will show you that when we get inside. But enough room for all the laundry stuff to sit here. Pegs, washing powder, basket can sit on the top of the washing machine. So all our laundry stuff can fit in the one space.
It's good, yeah. It does. Yeah. It does a decent amount of clothes too.
Yeah. Down here, you'll probably notice this is our sullage. Now, you'll probably see that there's a bit of a different fitting on there. I've actually put that with the, I think they're called cam lock fittings.
Yeah, the quick connect fittings. We've actually got our hose just here so that we can show you what it looks like.
So, just makes it easier to connect and disconnect. You just slip it on, close them down, and that's locked in.
Show us how it goes.
Click it on. On it goes, sealed fittings, so it's not going to leak and, whatever. Simple as that. Just things, all these things to just kind of make your life a little bit easier when you're set up and what have you. All right, so you'll see this storage hatch a little bit when we talk about inside as well, but another storage hatch. This is the space next to the toilets in the bathroom. It's basically where we keep our mat, and we can put more in there. But it's a nice big storage space again.
It's got a light in there too.
Yeah.
If you need it.
Yep. Up there. This is one of the things we knew we needed when we built the van, is when your life is on the road, going to be returning or storing things in storage. We have nothing in storage. So it's basically we take it with us or it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So storage was really important to us, so we made sure as much storage as possible. Back bar. So this is a little bit different for Great Escape. They haven't done a lot of these before us. There was I think one that they did, if I remember rightly, Amy. Yeah. So we might only be like the second one. But the back bar, it's a place to store all our hoses. So got our sullage hoses here. Obviously you can see the jerry can holder here. Firewood basket here. Spare tyre. We've also got another spare tyre for the Caravan on the truck. Another jerry can. Drawer for the electricals. And then on this side, just another storage for the water. And that way we can keep all our hoses and our dirty stuff even separate to the van, outside. So it's, nice and easily accessible and keeping everything tidy in the living space. All right, another hatch. Hatches everywhere. In here we've got our bodyboards, our wetsuits, our snorkeling gear, because you know, if you're coming over to the west coast, especially here where we are,
Mostly our water play stuff.
yeah, and
Because
it's part of the shower area, it's actually got the waterproof floor in here, so it's actually perfect for that.
Yeah. So, just a quick side note, our ensuite I think is slightly wider than normal, slightly longer than normal, and because showers come in a specific size, that's the size that they come in, it actually creates this sort of dead space here where they have all their taps and everything obviously inside the wall, but this becomes a dead space. So I said, no dead space please, so they put a hatch in for us.
Put a hatch in, that's right. All right, moving over here, we have once again another no dead space hatch. So this is once again underneath the bunks that are on this side, but it doesn't obviously go up as high as the other side.
No, but it goes.
Because the bunks are just here. But we have so much space down here. I can't even put my arm in there because there's so many chairs in there.
So there's actually...
It comes down to about, here or something. And we actually fit all the boys' big chairs in here. Really good space for that. They're easily accessible right here for the awning.
That's our second vent line over this side.
Second vent line
So
we talked about.
if it is raining, we can still have stuff drying under, because it's under the awning.
Yeah. Moving on, we have 2 picnic tables. So, there's just never enough space. And rather than always having to get a table out in this space, well, we can have our stuff here if we need it. We can stand up and eat if we wanted to. I sometimes cook on here. And prep on this one, so having the 2 really is very beneficial to the way we live.
Yeah.
All right.
These on the outside.
Yeah. PowerPoint, which I really need, but wish I didn't need as much as I did. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, coming back around.
Underneath the van.
Yeah, coming back over here. So we have spec recovery points for the van at the back. So worst case scenario, if we get bogged, we can always just drop the van, get the truck recovered, tow the van out backwards using the recovery points. Yeah. If you want to poke your head in there now, AIM, you can see that we have EFS Tico suspension. It's full off-road suspension, but you'll also notice that it's on airbags. So the airbags just make life so much easier when you pull up to camp, even if it's just an overnighter. We can actually level the van without ever having to disconnect. It's just a couple of buttons, about 30 seconds, and it's done. Outside, you'll probably also notice that we don't have a stepwell. So we actually made sure that we spec'd our van to have a completely flat floor. We figured that was going to be better for river crossing, water ingress into the van. So having the floor raised to that height meant that water can't get in quite as easy. But also inside, it actually creates a bit more space inside the van because there's not something to fall down into inside. Just creates a nice big flat floor in there. It does, however, mean that our door is higher than most other vans, and yes, it does just scrape on the awning sometimes. Just swings and roundabouts. Handle on the door, got a light in it, nice for when you go into the toilet at night, you can just chuck that on, you can kind of see where you're going. And next hatch. All right, so generally this is where we store our chairs, so we'll put them in the bags in here, and you'll see something here.
We'll tell you about that in a minute.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a door in there as well.
Yeah, you'll see a little bit more about that when you go inside with Amy. But some, interesting design choices, and I think really beneficial. Down here we've got our controller for the airbags. Now we do have a remote control for them as well, but if you need to do anything, you can do it here. Power on and off. You can actually run a hose from there as like a compressor, and we use that to pump our tyres up, so it's really handy. And our last hatch over here is where I have my air fryer. So You'll notice when you go inside that we chose not to have something, but instead I have something here. So this is our air fryer. Use it as an oven, whatever. Just really handy. Yeah.
But that's our tunnel boot. So in between the fridge over there and the air fryer here, we've still got room for
Like
a jack
and
and
there's
all that sort of
heaps
stuff.
of space still there.
And then these are rod holders for our really long rods that don't fit in the truck.
Yep. Space for everything. But yeah, on a bench, it's got an extra bench, all that good stuff. So it's just a nice place to be outside and cook.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
One last thing I would mention is on the roof, along with the solar, we still have our hatches. We've elected to keep a couple of hatches to be able to open up and have light enter the van. Some people are kind of going away from that idea and going, oh no hatches, I'll put more solar. We kind of elect to go, well, if I don't have hatches, I'm going to have to put the light on more often, which is using the power that my extra solar is giving me. So we kind of went, well, let's keep the hatches and not put the lights on. You can join Amy inside and have a look at the inside features.
Yeah. Come on in.
Thank you.
I won't go through every cupboard and every this, that and the other, just sort of you get the gist of it. But yeah.
An overview.
Yeah, so we've been living in the van now for probably 7 months.
Close to.
Yeah, so we didn't want to do a review right off the bat because we hadn't lived in it and we also hadn't taken it to the places that we've taken it. This is our bed space. So it's a full-size queen. Well, it's not as long as a queen, but it's as wide as a queen. Queen size sheets fit and everything. TV, cupboards, Caravan Queen, TV, cupboards. So this is our bed head, and these actually open up and are quite deep. I won't show you in there. That's got like our jammies, undies, socks, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, basically we use that as like a
bedside table. Yeah, so we have all our phones and all that sort of stuff charges over there overnight. These cupboards open just like normal cupboards, open up. What are they called? Top cupboards, with your clippy underneath. So I don't have anything out here. So we've got like gaming stuff, board games, spare blankets. Stephen's CPAP machine actually is up here. Oh, I think that's a pretty cool thing to show. We've got the CPAP machine, and then up in that cupboard behind it is a 12-volt plug. So Stephen's machine can run on 12-volt overnight and not use all our power. Yeah, that's sort of the bed space. This under here is, just quickly show you in here. So this is under our bed. We actually had designed that part under the bed for the cat that was going to come with us, who sadly passed away just before we left. So it has been reverted into storage, and you would have seen outside, that's where it goes to from the outside. So it's nice and tall. A lot of people go, geez, your bed's so tall. It is really tall. We had it raised so that our compartments under here could be 500 mil high. There's something missing in here. And you know, most caravans have a table in here. We're not most caravans. So we opted to have our table taken out completely. But Great Escape were amazing and gave us the tabletop, and we gave them some trestle legs to put on. So they put on these trestle legs, and now we can fold up our table and chuck it outside, which you would see in the tunnel boot outside. So this is our dining area. Ottomans are a Temu special. They work all right in here, and we double them up with storage. So there's containers in there and jumpers and electrical stuff in there. Works well.
Because the bench seat is only a certain size, it can fit the boys. It could probably, at a squeeze, fit 4 of us.
Yeah.
On there, but
we often just do the 3 boys on there and Steve and I sit on the ottomans.
On the other side of the table.
And that's only when it's, you know, really windy or rainy and stuff when we're eating inside anyway. But that's the beauty of the trestle table is we can bring it in, have dinner, put it away, or we can use it outside to eat on as well, which has been great.
Got so much room for activities.
And it feels so much bigger in here, and it is so much bigger in here without the table, because the table, when it is in here, comes out to here. Everybody knows when it's, you know, you're in a caravan. But anyway, that's probably my favourite thing about this van is no table. Yeah, pantry stuff, and now, you know, inside the cupboard, what is it? Electricals and
so
the screen.
Screen for the electricals and water.
And
we're very low on water at the moment.
The important things like alcohol in there. So our full height pantry. So we've got top and bottom, and then these are just from Kmart. I just measured them up.
You can even see. You know what size fits. That's the one.
This is the size that fits our van. And then we asked for this to be put in as well, which is our coffee machine slide, and we just hold it on with an Oki strap.
Bungee cord.
Bungee cord, sorry. And there's a 240 volt plug out the back there, and it just, most of the time it stays still.
Yeah. Even over the corrugations and what have you.
Yeah.
It very rarely moves.
Yeah.
Part of that is a little tip. We put a little bit of a
yoga mat
underneath to help with the grip.
Yeah, it doesn't move. 274 litre Thetford fridge. So it's the biggest you can get, and I asked for them to put it up as high as possible so that I could have, instead of having 2 little drawers, either your top and bottom, or one at the top that you can't reach the back of, we now have our pot drawer, which houses all the pots. It's great.
Yeah.
So then coming over to this side, this is actually a suggestion by Anthony and Jason themselves. So obviously we have this sort of dead space at the end of the kitchen, and they said, well, why don't we put a cupboard in here that opens this way? And the beauty of this is that we put all the things that we use outdoors a lot. So, or you know, if you're cooking outside, you can grab all your spices and things like that. We've got the radios, so the boys grab the radios when they're headed out the door. Your fly sprays, your insect, and of course, you know, your beer cozies, important things, and the first aid kit, which is great because then we don't have to come back inside the van to grab things like that. This is our kitchen. We've got a microwave up the top, and then, you know, you got your little hidey hole, stove top, and we elected to get rid of our oven and put a dishwasher in. Little bit of a controversial opinion on the dishwasher. Bin, and we asked Great Escape for a slide out bin. So we've got a slide out bin in there, and then these are just Kmart little hidey hole things, and that's where all of our, you know,
bin bags and glad wrap.
Yeah.
Paper.
All that sort of stuff, and then drawers. Drawers are drawers.
How do you set your drawers out? And what have you done to your drawers?
Okay. I've got cutlery up the top. We've got these Joseph and Joseph things there.
Yep. So it kind of holds everything in.
Kind of.
Unless you're going over corrugations, and then it does shake out of them and reset them up again, but whatever.
Yeah, but corrugations are like that.
That's just what happens.
Utensil drawer there. Cups and mugs and everything in there, and then the yoga mat on the bottom is the most important part of that. Holds everything in. Plates and cups, plates and bowls.
Yep.
And it's just Carrel. And I must say, Carrel has been the best thing. We've gone over the Marini Loop, the Gibb River Road, Oodnadatta. We've done heaps of corrugations and not one chip, crack, anything looking like it's going to break. It's been so good. I love Carrel.
Just your Harry Potter cup mugs.
Let's not talk about that. Up here we've got toaster, and then other things all in there, and then in here again just all that sort of stuff that Fusion lock. The sticky things.
Fusion lock. So it's Fusion lock, but instead of attaching it to a wall.
We attached it upside down.
And what do you think? How's it worked?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's really good. The only thing I would, don't lean on it too hard like that when you're trying to rip it off. You kind of got to hold it. But it's been awesome. Oh, actually, while we're under here, I love this. My little overhead light. It's been great. And you can dim them so you can have them really, really low. Yeah, aircon. Anything else in here?
Charging ports near the beds.
Yep.
Reading lamps. Probably, I don't know. Reading lamps, what do you think? Probably eliminate some, but the ones near the beds
I probably
are right.
wouldn't get as many again.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we don't use them.
No.
No. Anyway, moving on. So, into the boys' area. Our concertina doors, which are excellent. It's a concertina door. But coming into this, so this is the, I suppose, important part that a lot of people ask about because it's a quad bunk delete. So this is what it looks like for us. We have a double bunk on this side and a single bed on this side. So the boys are a bit funny. They've changed their ends. So Ruben and Oscar both sleep with their head up this end and Elijah sleeps with his head up that end. Don't ask me why, that's just what they've done. While the pockets are all up that end and the reading lights and charging ports are all up that end and the fans are up this end. So it's, double bunk on this side. And then we've got 4 relatively big drawers down the bottom. So Stephen has 2, I have 2. And we have fusion lock here for the boys' hats. It's the only thing we've added in. Oh, no adults. Oh, Oscar. God love you.
But at this end, at the foot end of the bed, they've also got their pockets.
Yeah. Elijah has 2 because he's got a bigger space. And you'll also notice the boys have curtains. So they can shut their room, their bedroom, if you like, up completely and have a bit of privacy, which has been awesome for them.
Yeah.
Oscar doesn't.
Becomes their own bedroom when they want their own space.
Yeah, Oscar doesn't because Oscar.
If you
know Oscar, you know. Plus he doesn't really need it just yet. He's still little. And then here on this side, so we've got 9 drawers. I'm not going to open them up because it's the boys' stuff. So we've got 9 drawers. Each of them have 3. So Elijah, Ruben, Oscar have that row. And they've got socks, undies and jammies, like t-shirts and shorts, and then wintry stuff in the bottom, which we can interchange if we need to. And then this cupboard is our sort of the vacuum cleaner down here. Bit of a junky cupboard, but also it's got some school stuff and things in there as well. And you would have seen on the outside, this is where the washing machine is under here. So, that's the like I think it's only like that deep.
Yeah,
it's pretty little. And then this in the footwell of the steps, we can just chuck jumpers and Ugg boots and things like that in as well. It's been really good that it's all sort of storage.
Yeah.
And then back here. If we can get back here, I'll go, if you can get in here. Bathroom. I mean, there's not too much to say about the bathroom. The great things or the different things that we have are the Ogo composting toilet. Absolutely love it. We've had both a composting and a cassette toilet. I will never, ever, ever, ever go back to a cassette toilet. Yeah. I know it's controversial and people have their ways and that's fine. Composting works really well as a family of 5. Off-grid for long periods of time. Yeah.
It doesn't smell.
No, not at all.
Even when I change it, I don't gag and choke because it's, even with the cassette toilet, it's gross. This is fine. It smells like compost.
It smells like dirt.
Yeah, dirt. All right, back to Amy.
Anyway, I'll just take this and show you in here. Rightio. So this is our laundry chute in here, which goes into the area that goes next to the washing machine.
Yep.
And then, we've got all the normal stuff, but this is our linen cupboard. Linen cupboard in here. Well, I call it the linen cupboard. So it's got, yeah, towels and spare linen and spare stuff up the top. But that's what that looks like. And then the bottom half of that is next to the toilet, that's what is on the outside, that big compartment on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then here, again, we've got another one of these little lights. So that is actually what we leave on overnight for the boys, rather than, yeah, as a night light so that they don't have to turn on heaps of lights if they need to go to the toilet overnight.
Yep.
Yeah, cupboards up here, all of our, that stuff, and then all that sort of stuff in there as well. We've got, I've got a drawer, Stephen's got a drawer, the boys have a drawer, and then this bottom one is just that sneaky drawer that we just, put stuff in that we don't really use a lot of. And then we've also got all of this under here. So that's usually like our spares, our cleaning stuff, all that kind of hoo-ha.
Amy's nail stuff.
Amy's nail stuff. Shower with a full mirror. And then, yeah, it's a pretty good size shower, I think, anyway.
I mean, I think it's pretty much a standard size shower, but
it feels massive when you're in it.
Yeah, it's plenty big enough, but we added a few things in the shower and around the van.
Yeah, so we've got like the console for the soft stuff there and holding up that. But then we've also got the fusion locks as well because we needed that as well. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Yep. I think, is that everything inside the van?
Yeah, well, you've also got
console there for our toothbrushes and stuff.
And console here. Just fusion lock for the keys. Sink caddy. Cool. We've got our stuff. We put that in. We just put it in the sink when we travel.
Yeah. I've got a little piece of yoga mat that goes in the bottom of the sink so it doesn't scratch it up too much. Look, we went with a silver sink because I feel like silver is timeless. I love it, but it does scratch a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the colours in here. Do you like colours?
Yeah, colours are great. What colours are they?
Ugh. I will put them in the description. So, what would you change about the van?
I know that on the outside, I've showed you guys where the air fryer is. We use that as our oven. I would make sure that I put a 240 volt power point there next time I build, knowing that I was always going to put one there.
Yeah.
I should have just elected to put a power point there.
Yeah.
Not impossible to just run a power cord, but it just would have been a bit more seamless had I thought of that in the first place.
Yeah.
How about you?
I won't get a dishwasher in a van again.
Yeah.
So that's
Why?
So
controversial.
It is very controversial. Everybody says, "Oh, I love my dishwasher. I couldn't live without my dishwasher," and everything like that. Look, we only ever used it when we first got the van. We only ever used it when we were plugged into power because it did draw a lot of power. I don't know if that's normal, but
not heaps.
Not heaps. But,
it's half an hour on 240 volt.
Yeah, and it uses, you can use as little as 6 litres per wash in it. However, as a family of 5, Stephen loves to cook and make a mess. We would literally be using the dishwasher probably 3 or 4 times a day, maybe more. Some days it'd be less, some days it'd be more, because some days we bake and do all that sort of stuff. And to put all that in, it's only a small little dishwasher. It's not like a house dishwasher. We'd have to do a few loads, and then that all adds up. And like right now, we're 10 days without having to fill up with water. Yeah. We've gone 10 days so far without needing water.
Part of that is using less when we wash up.
Yeah. So I look at it as I could either use potentially 20 litres a day in the dishwasher, and yes, that's easy, or I could do it all at the end of the day and I use, I think, about 5 litres.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But it's a third of one, or a
third
of what the dishwasher.
And I wash everything that we've used. So I don't think I'd get a dishwasher again.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. And probably the only other thing that I would change is the height of that cupboard.
Yep. Amy's elected to sleep on the far side of the bed. She doesn't generally get up during the night. I tend to. I'm old, so
I have nurse bladder. He has old man bladder.
So, and my CPAP machine's here. But you might notice there's a step in the cupboards here. And it means that on Amy's side, it's a good, probably 2-3 inches lower. And Amy's prone to bashing her head
I do all the time. I'm always hitting my head.
So
I hit my head on that a lot.
yeah, so we would probably make it so that it matched the other cupboards next time if we rebuilt.
Yeah.
Because it just would mean that
Gives me a bit more room. I can
she
actually
could sit
sit
up straight.
properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's much else I would change.
TV aerial.
Oh
Wouldn't worry
yeah.
about it.
I would delete
Chuck
the
another,
TV aerial and get another solar panel because we don't watch free-to-air TV. We just stream everything.
Probably think about getting I don't know.
What?
A lot of people talk about getting the carousel-less.
Plateless microwave.
But yeah, it shakes around, but it hasn't
It's not
broken.
Yeah.
And
We don't ever take it out, ever.
No. So
Like, we don't take it out and put it somewhere else while we travel.
No,
it stays
it's
there.
in there, so
It moves,
it's survived all the
but
complications. But
it's pretty good. I mean, they're pretty hardy.
yeah. But yeah, dishwasher,
I think that's about it.
aerial, yeah.
I love
more or less it.
the van. Okay, so what do you think is your favourite thing, or what do you like most about the van?
I love the airbags. I wanted to get airbags because it helps when you're going off-roading and you need to, up the suspension when you're going over a rise or a
we can
fall.
tip the van if we need to.
Tip it if you need to. So, but I didn't want to go the automatic because that's a significant extra cost.
Yeah.
So I went with the manual
what's like
system.
the level 3 manual or something like that.
Level 3 is
and
what-
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
From having no airbags, we wouldn't know any different. Do you know what I mean? We haven't. It was a big step up to get airbags.
Yes, definitely. Our previous van didn't, and
Yeah.
it's leveling the van. We pull up to a site and literally 30 seconds we're level. Legs are down.
Especially if it's an overnighter where we're not unhitching.
Yeah,
I love
right.
that.
You can even level it without using ramps and all that. So it's definitely worth it for ease of use.
Yeah, I don't think we'd get no airbags ever again.
No.
I'd miss that.
Yeah. And having the compressor on the van helps with air inflating and deflating the
Yeah,
tyres
because
too.
we do the truck with the truck one and the caravan with the caravan one, and so we're doing both at the same time, which is nice.
Yeah.
My favourite thing would be, well, I have a few favourite things. Number one is the table. I love being able to get the table out of here. When it is in here overnight and things like that, first thing in the morning, I'm like, get the table out, get it outside. So I've got more room to move around and make the bed. And, we don't feel like we're bumping into each other.
No.
Ever, really. So that's, probably my favourite thing.
Yeah.
That and
Laundry chute.
the laundry chute I love, because then the boys can just chuck it in and jump in the shower if they need to, or get dressed or whatever. You've got some privacy there as well. So, and you just chuck it in, get changed. They're probably my two biggest things. I mean, I love everything about this van.
Yeah.
Like we said, there's very little that we would
We'd
change.
actually change. It's been almost perfect for the 7 months we've been living in it.
Yeah.
So, maybe one other thing I would consider would be maybe getting rid of or reducing the size of the wastewater tank and putting another water tank in.
Yeah.
Just for extending those off-grid periods of time.
Yeah, or doing what, like the Lifestyle Pioneers, they've done
A
where
bypass.
a bypass.
Yeah, I'll be plumbing in a bypass myself when we.
And maybe get a portable one so that you don't need to have it there all the time.
Yep.
Because there is very little places where we've had to actually catch our water.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I don't know, it's probably a change, a good one. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for coming along for the ride. And
I hope you've enjoyed it. If you
have any questions,
please pop them in the comments.
Yep.
We're happy to answer anything.
Yep.
But yeah.
If we missed anything, let us know. Otherwise,
Yeah.
this is it. This is home. And absolutely love it.
Absolutely.
See you next week.
Bye.